Hello. Apologize, I'm a little bit scattered. I just remembered that I need to record this before I go out. And I wrote all of my notes and stuff a couple of days ago, so I'm trying to refresh my memory as I sort of go along here. So the first question, in your own words, define trauma. What are two elements to trauma that are new to you? Part of this was a little bit difficult just because I'm not saying that I know everything about trauma, because I most definitely do not, but I am very familiar with trauma just from my own experiences, um, but in a very personal way. So I don't, or haven't been very familiar with terminology, proper terminology, and yeah, I guess terminology. So I think I would define. Sorry if you can hear that. My cat is going nuts over a box. Ollie, I'm sorry. So I guess I would define trauma as any event or series of events that undermines a person's feeling of safety and stability. And again, I just kind of formulated that based off of both the reading and my own personal experiences. Um, and as far as the two elements of trauma that were new to me, the concept of invisibility, it's not exactly new to me, just because I'm very familiar with that feeling, that experience, but putting a name to it and an explanation to it, that is new, and it's interesting, though it is kind of difficult to read about. And then the window of tolerance also puts a name to a feeling and experience, that I have also had a lot of. So even though I'm familiar with it, to a degree, it's still somewhat new. Then number two, as you anticipate this class, what thoughts and emotions come to the surface for you? Already, I can tell that this class is going to be one that makes me a bit uncomfortable, and that brings a lot up for me. Generally speaking, as we've worked through this degree's requirements, pretty much anything that has to do with childhood, I've found that has been really difficult for me to tackle, just because even though I have felt in the past that I've come to terms with a lot of the things that I've dealt with in childhood, putting name to the experience, and then also just like digesting the fact that I'm not the only one that has experienced these things, and that there's science behind it and stuff. It's just sometimes it's a tough pill to swallow, just acknowledging the reality of my childhood, and to some degree my adult life as well. So I think that this will be a somewhat difficult class for me, but I'm prepared for that. And then number three, think of a time when you saw someone's trauma response, whether it was your own or, sorry, or someone else's, and you now understand it differently after this week's material. What changed in your perspective? So understanding the why of trauma responses, I feel that this week's reading did a great job of explaining why we respond to trauma the way that we do, especially when we have previous experience with trauma from childhood. So all of that has been very interesting, and I feel like it's shed a new light on perhaps the reason that people react the way that they do in adulthood, based on things that happened in their childhood. So I think that is all that I was asked to answer for this week's, but I look forward to watching y'all's videos, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.